How's it going, everyone? Got quite a lot to talk about in this video. Look, PlayStation Stars being down has been quite a big discussion point for quite a while now. Looks like it is finally rolling out in several regions. We will talk about that very briefly. I mean, there's not really much more to go over outside of that update. Bit of an update as far as the Like a Dragon franchise, one of my favorite franchises in all of gaming, so we'll talk about that. And speaking of Japanese titles, one of the biggest IPs and animes in the world, Dragon Ball, one of their best game outings in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, has reached an incredible milestone, and it's a game I'll strongly recommend to anyone. I'll talk that at the end of this video. But right off the top, PlayStation Stars has been having some problems for the last month or so, but they did put out an update on the PlayStation Network app, noting PlayStation Stars will be returning soon in phased regional rollouts. Thank you for your patience, and we look forward to welcoming you back. I have no idea how an issue like this even happened, especially to this extent where it's out for a month, especially when, I know we want to talk about things like the PlayStation Network outage, but you're talking about the entirety of a network going down, and obviously, there's a lot of layers that goes into facilitating a entire PlayStation Network infrastructure running. PlayStation Stars, I feel like, wouldn't have that requirement, and in my mind, again, from my low IQ brain, so to speak, I wouldn't think PlayStation Stars would be the most difficult thing to run concurrently and have it regularly operating, but in this case, it's been down for a month, and I remember when it initially went down, I was like, alright, I wouldn't bug out too much. There was somebody that left a comment in one of my videos saying that they had amassed enough points to get a free copy of Stellar Blade because that was one of the offerings, and then they were about to get it, and then PS Stars went down. I would be incredibly salty if I was that person, and the service is still down for a month. Incredibly salty, but nevertheless, it does look like it will be coming back up now, and if you are one of the ones that regularly do accrue PS Stars points and like all of the offerings as far as that is concerned, and accrue the points and everything like that, that option will be available to you here shortly. Alright, moving on from that, Anime Expo dropping with it a lot of game announcements. I mean, I'm not expecting most of you guys were following along with it, but we did see the announcement of Bleach Rebirth of Souls, and honestly, that was enough for me. I get it, a lot of people are down on that game based on it being yet another anime game that's an arena fighter, but for us down bad Bleach fans, and again, this is where Bandai Namco and any publisher that puts out anime games really gets to take advantage of us down bad types. Like for me, down bad for Bleach, and I've wanted a new Bleach video game or a Soul Resurrection HD remastering for a long time. I will be excited for a Bleach Arena fighter, and to be fair, that game does look incredibly slick, and I will say, it does seem like they're putting more effort into that game than, let's say, the Jujutsu Kaisen game, and I won't go on that rant. However, there was an Essence of Fandom event at Anime Expo, and RGG teased what they're working on next, and what they noted, we can't tell you what kind of game it is, but I will tell you that you will be surprised. Now, fans later clarified that the team seemed to be referring to the next Like a Dragon title rather than another franchise, which is kind of depressing to me, and I am still holding out hope. I don't care how ridiculous you guys think it is. I'm still holding out hope we get a Judgment 3, you guys. Like, I want a Judgment 3 so badly, and I feel like it would do everybody a lot of good if we are juggling between games that are, let's say, of the older RGG style, the beat-em-up action titles, and the newer style turn-based JRPGs. I loved Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. It is my game of the year, but I love the old Yakuza games. I love Judgment. I love Lost Judgment. I love Yagami as a character. There's a lot of potential with Judgment going forward, and I know that there were some issues as far as the actor for the main character and so on and so forth. I don't know exactly the story in terms of how that has evolved. Hopefully, they can get it ironed out and worked out and then do a Judgment 3. And Sega had noted that they did want to annualize the Yakuza franchise, the Like a Dragon franchise, and that's not going to be too difficult to do at this point. I feel like it kind of already is annualized. I mean, if you look at 2023, you got 2 RGG titles in Like a Dragon Ishin, and then you also got Like a Dragon Man Who Erased His Name, and then in January, you got Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. In the span of 12 months, you got 3 RGG games. Now, that is definitely a busier schedule than I expect them to typically do, but What I do expect us to get is a Yakuza Kiwami 3, and I get it, that is a callback to the older style of RGG titles, but it's not a new game, it's a remake. I could, you know, here's an idea that I'm throwing out there. What if they do not a mainline Like a Dragon title, but something on the scale of A Man Who Erased His Name, and it features Ichiban, or it features characters from Infinite Wealth in the older style of Yakuza gameplay? That's an idea I throw out there for you guys, and I do think that style of game development is just going to be something a lot of developers do look at, where they can continue to roll out games at a consistent basis, but also, you know, focus on their big games that they're working on. Insomniac did this with Miles Morales, of course, and I see more and more developers going this route so they can have a consistent workflow and a consistent stream of games coming out, but at the same time, work on that big project, which would ultimately be the next major Like a Dragon game. But remember, Yakuza Like a Dragon and Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth had a 4-year turnaround time. Some of you guys might see it as 3 years because you saw Like a Dragon, the initial one that starred Ichiban, come out in the fall of 2020. However, that game initially dropped in January of 2020 in Japan. The localization was 10 months after that, and then we got Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth January of 2024, but it was a worldwide release. If you're talking about a new Like a Dragon title of a similar scale to Infinite Wealth, if that's a 4-year turnaround time, and we're talking about annualizing Yakuza as a franchise, Like a Dragon as a franchise, well, obviously, then you're talking about looking at something like a Kiwami 3, and I don't know if we talk about Judgment being in the Like a Dragon family. I don't really know how RGG themselves consider that, if they consider Judgment something entirely different, but we do know that they are connected, so, you know, we'll see what RGG is cooking. They're one of my favorite studios in all of gaming, and obviously one of the most talented, and again, Infinite Wealth. My front runner for Game of the Year right now. I do put it ahead of FF7 Rebirth, and, you know, you can go back and forth. There's a lot of great titles, Stellar Blades in the mix, so on and so forth. Lastly, I do want to note another incredibly successful statistic. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot has sold 8 million copies. That is a staggering statistic, and kind of goes to show the lasting power of Dragon Ball in a wide variety of video games. Now, I do expect Sparking Zero to outsell this. The thing that Kakarot has over Sparking Zero is it was just released on platforms that are widely available to more people. PS4, Xbox One, PC, Nintendo Switch were the platform rollout. Sparking Zero is PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC, and it is the very first anime game that is adopting a $70 price tag. I think Sparking Zero is the perfect one to adopt a $70 price tag. I think people are incredibly excited for that game. I think people will buy it, you know, regardless, and they are tying in the early access gimmick to that. But circling back to Kakarot, Kakarot was a phenomenal action RPG, and really, given the success that Kakarot has had, I really hope that at some point Bandai Namco, CyberConnect 2, whoever's involved, looks at an IP like a Naruto and decides, you know, we got our mileage out of Storm, we did a lot, and Naruto is this expansive world, this expansive story. Why not do an action RPG for Naruto? And you could do multiple action RPGs for Naruto. You really couldn't do the entire story in one game just because of how lengthy it is. You would probably want to do, you know, OG Naruto in one story, and then you could probably break Shippuden up into 2 games. But, you know, that is pushing the cart before the horse way too much, expecting 3 games of that style out of Naruto when we can't even get 1. We already saw the success that we had with Rise of Ninja and Broken Bond. Maybe not from a commercial standpoint, but from a quality standpoint, those games were great. I hope Kakarot's success does open the door for them to do more of that. And One Piece Odyssey was great as well, and I'm not even a One Piece fan. But that'll do it for me. Again, PS Stars getting rolled back out in various regions right now after a lengthy shutdown for that. Like a Dragon, RGG seems to be cooking, and they are noting you're gonna be surprised as far as what they're working on next. And DBZ Kakarot selling 8 million copies, incredibly successful as far as that's concerned. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.